are.
Halfway there, living on a prayer, as the great Bruce Springsteen once said. So, what's up? What's going on? Yeah, it's Bon Jovi. You know who I'm talking about. It's
Music.
John Bon Jovi. Music, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
My strong suit. Oh, week number 9 was crazy. We're going to talk about all that in just a little bit. But first, Pain and Gain Pick'em starts right about...
now.
Oh, football freaks, gridiron geeks, have no fear. Pain and Gain Pick'ems are here in the flesh for you. What is up? What is going on, everybody? I, of course, am your host, the most. Hey, Pizzle. I was representing the now 2-7 Miami Dolphins.
What?
Yeah.
There's something to look out. There's some positives to take away.
There is some positives. We'll talk about that in just a little bit when we do our biggest winners and losers of week number 9. Joining me, as always, representing the black and gold, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
That's Lil Wayne. See, I remember that.
Yeah, I got the pit everything today, and got the black terrible towel because this week I'll be repping that towel for the Veterans Day, the Veterans Day towel.
Well, there you go.
So, yeah, I'm excited. Pittsburgh, we just beat the Colts, man. Best team in the league.
Yes.
Down.
Yes. Finally, you gave the NFL a little blueprint on how to beat the Colts. So thank you for that.
We did. You're
Thank
welcome.
you for that. Representing America's team, we got Tiny Mother-Loving Tim in the house.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Tiny Tim here, America's favorite armchair football fan.
And it's the armchair quarterback.
Well, I'm still kind of getting over that debacle from Monday night. I mean, my boys made a 2-5 team look like a 5-2 team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So not much more to say on that.
And our special guest picker here tonight, because he was not on Fantasy Football Fever last night, we made a little deal so he could be on tonight with us. We got, representing the New York Football Giants, in like Flynn, John Flynn, for the win, host of Hooked on Sports.
Yeah, hey, what's going on, Alex? How's everyone doing tonight? So obviously I couldn't do Fantasy Football Fever last night because I had a very, very long night at work. So about a few weeks ago, Alex joined us on Fantasy Football Fever because of a special schedule he was following. So I'm returning the favor this week and I'm here to talk some football with you guys.
Let's go. Let's go. Well, you came to the right place. So let's start out like we usually do. Let's start out with our biggest winners and losers of week number 9 starting out. Actually, let's flip things over a little bit. Let's start with the biggest losers of week number 9.
Ooh. Biggest losers of week.
There's quite a few. There's quite a few of them. You could go with the Falcons because they once again choked away
Parker Romo. Well, they were down the whole game pretty much. Let's be honest here. So I wouldn't consider them. I wouldn't consider the Falcons. I would say someone's team on here, but
who's that?
Tiny Tim's team.
Oh, Cowboys.
But I have a true winner, and it's going to be, I think, the most obvious one. If you guys know football, the most obvious loser. of week number 9 is Dan Quinn, head coach of the Washington Redskins.
That's my biggest loser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dan Quinn's the biggest loser.
You're down by how many points were they down by when?
31.
31 points, and Jaden Daniels was still in the game.
Yeah.
And that injury.
Yikes.
Ouch.
Big time yikes.
Yeah.
I mean, I never understood why the Commanders hired Dan Quinn in the first place. Remember, they had this perfect opportunity to pair an offensive coach with an offensive oriented background with Jaden Daniels, and they hire Dan Quinn, the head coach who blew the 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl, and countless other examples of utility with the Falcons, that playoff loss in Philadelphia in 2017, and some ridiculous losses in 18, 19, and then he got fired after 5 games in 2020. So I never understood why he was the coach of the Commanders, and Jaden Daniels' brilliance last year masked the areas of deficiency in him being an in-game tactician, and they went to the NFC Championship game last year. And listen, and basically the Commanders confirmed what I always thought that this team would be. They are old, they're slow. And they have a defensive coach as their head coach, so I'm not surprised that the Commanders step back. I know what's the thing? Like there's always 1 year, at least one of the Final Four teams from the previous year misses the playoffs the following year, and I picked Kansas City, Buffalo, and Philly all to win their divisions and make the playoffs, but. And I did not think Washington was going to get any good this year. Now, and not only did they lose Jaden Daniels, they also lost a ton of other pieces to injury. Marcus Lattimore. Yeah, and other pieces on that defense. So, not surprised.
Well, he is the former defensive coordinator of a certain team, so you want to stay in the division. Stay in the division. He knows the talent, so. I mean, it kind of made sense from that perspective, you know. Now, as for the biggest winners of week number 9,
my pick for the biggest winners was the Steelers defense. They finally woke up.
Yes, sir.
I mean, where have they been all damn season?
That's a very good question.
I mean, like I always say, I've got mad respect for Mike Tomlin, but it took this long for the Steelers defense to wake up, and hopefully they can build that momentum going into this week. Biggest winner is Alex's sanity. Oh my goodness!
I'm hard with it too, Alex's sanity.
Well, yeah.
You can say that. You can say that because my biggest winners this week, even though we lost to the Baltimore Ravens Thursday night, 28-6.
Yeah.
This shirt is now ancient history.
Yeah.
Because the day afterwards,
asking you shall receive.
We finally did it. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. You know what?
Yeah.
I feel like dancing just a little bit.
Yeah.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was all of Miami when that news dropped on Friday. That was all of Miami when that news dropped.
Man, that's some of the best music I've heard in quite a while.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, speaking of hallelujah, I think I gave it to you, did I? That clip? Hallelujah. That's probably how you're feeling right now.
Yeah, where's there it is right there.
Hallelujah!
There he is.
Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Yes. The first domino has fallen.
But I think McDaniel is still on a short leash.
He is. He's probably going to get fired on Black Monday.
Well, they said the season's over. They did say the season's over. Yep. So
we shall see.
Yeah,
we shall see. Yeah. Flynn, do you have any biggest winners of week number 9?
I think there's a lot of attention for that Sunday night game that was directed towards Washington, and rightfully so. But on the flip side, Seattle's roster is loaded. That Seattle looks like a team. They are fast. They are aggressive. So that John Schneider built a really strong roster, and he added to it yesterday when he acquired Rashid Shaheed from the Saints at the deadline, which I think is a perfect fit for Sam Darnold's arm strength. That he can go down the field. He can be a dangerous receiver down the field. But John Schneider has killed it the last 3 or 4 drafts. So the 100%. Offensive line looks great. Sam Darnold is cooking under Clint Kubiak's offense. That he's still playing at a high level. And I think you look at the other pieces like with their balancing the offense and look, Seattle's if the Seahawks are in the playoffs, I don't think anyone wants to face the Seahawks.
Oh
yeah,
interesting take.
And I think they can beat the Eagles in the playoffs if they meet.
I could see that happening. I could see that happening.
There's a distinct possibility.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. Week number 10, Pain Game Pick'ems starts right about now, as it is Thursday night. We go to Denver, as it is the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos. This game is in Denver, and from what I am seeing right here, the Broncos 9.5-point favorites, over under set at 42.5.
Let me take a look here. It looks like, unfortunately, it's at 9 points. It's at 9, so it went down a little bit. There's some that even have 8.5. On Hard Rock, it's actually 8.5. So there are some varying lines here. It's a little interesting. There's pretty much a few different lines for this game you can take advantage of.
All right. Referee for this game is?
The Zebra is going to be Bill Vinovich.
And who are the announcers to this one, Tim?
Well, of course, it's on Prime Video, which means you'll get the Miracle Man, Al Michaels, and Kirk Herbstreit.
And the lowest ticket price, according to Game Time, is $146.
Sounds about right.
And
we missed a super.
We did. It's Joshua Cook, Hey LC, Alex, John, and Tim went 10-4 last week. Number 9, Colts lost to these guys over there.
Yeah.
But for his piss tonight, Cassie Cage versus everyone 2.0. Joshua with the $5. Thank you so much for all the love and support, as always. Who you guys got and why? Raiders versus
There's
Broncos.
definitely some people. There's definitely a lot of comments you missed. There's definitely some comments. One of them is Glass from Napoleon.
Oh, Glass? You know what? You're right. This is a Glass game. By God.
And from Dashi.
Where is it? Where's the... Hold on. Scroll up. Side chat, where are you at? Oh, Romy said it.
Romy and Dashy. Well, Dashy.
Ooh, banana.
Well, of course, it's Ashley's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
And yes, that did take 17 hours to make. And it was worth every damn second.
Mm-hmm.
Who you guys got and why? Raiders versus Broncos.
Oh my goodness. I was gonna think of this as my Stone Cold Lock of the Century of the Week, but no, I decided not to. Let's be honest here. The Broncos, they're in a great spot here, especially against the Raiders, who just sold Jacoby Myers at the deadline. And now they have to rely on Brock Bowers and Ashton Ginty. And also, the fact is their offensive line has allowed 40 sacks this year, and there's no team that's even come close to third yet. And now they're playing Denver. Geno Smith and the Raiders are, I think, their chance to win the game was last week. They didn't take advantage of it, and now Denver's going to come in and destroy the Raiders. This game will not be close. I'm taking Denver easily to win this game. This game's going to be over by halftime. I'll probably not even watch half of this game because it's going to be a bad game. My final score is going to be Denver 38, Denver 38, Raiders 17. Raiders will get a garbage time touchdown at some point with Kenny Pickett. You're going to see Geno Smith get benched. Kenny Pickett will come in. They'll get a garbage time touchdown, but Denver wins this one easily. He steamrolls this.
Yeah. I agree with that. The Raiders are an absolute mess right now. The Broncos are surging. Denver has a fierce defense that will slow down the Raiders' offense and get after Geno Smith. Bo Nix will do enough at home to get the Broncos their third straight victory to stay atop the AFC West. I'm going with the Broncos 28-14. Give me the Broncos.
I originally was going to have this as a point spread game of the week, but I went a little further review into this game here. Look at the matchups. Look at the fact that Jacoby Myers is now gone from Las Vegas. Ashton Ginty has been hurt a little bit here in the season. Brock Bowers is really kind of starting to now be pretty good, but it's just not going to be good enough for that Denver offense, that very tough defense, and of course R.J. Harvey, who scored 3 touchdowns against my Cowboys a couple of weeks ago. So I'm basically calling an audible here, other than what I mentioned last night on Fantasy Football Fever. This is really not going to be much of a contest now. So give me the Broncos over the Las Vegas Raiders by a score of 34-10.
And Mr. Flynn.
I'm actually going to grab the points with the Raiders here. Now, I think Denver's going to win. They have the better team, but I'm just guarding against this being a divisional game, so that there's going to be some intensity involved in this. But yeah, you're right. I do think Denver. So you give them credit for finding a way to win against a tough Houston defense last week. So Bo Nix made a couple of big time throws that touchdown to Sutton, and then of course making those throws on the final drive to set up the winning field goal. So I give Denver that, but I think Vegas is coming off a loss. I think is gonna make it competitive, but I just think the Broncos are too good. I think they improved to 8-2. I have them winning by a score of 24-17.
All right. Next game on the list, another one of the international games, if you will, as we go to Germany. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
As it is the Atlanta Falcons and the Indianapolis Colts. This game is at Olympia Stadion, Berlin. In Berlin. And from what I am seeing right here, Colts are 6.5-point favorites. Over under is set at 48.5.
You're right on both of those.
Guten Tag. Referee for the game is
your favorite.
Cleat. He's named after a piece of sports equipment. And who are the announcers for this game, Tim?
This game will be seen on NFL Network, and you will have. Oh, here's an interesting combination. It's Adam Amin and the Hall of Famer Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner, okay. And the lowest ticketed price, I did find this. It's $247.
American.
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 There you go.
American, not.
What are they calling Germany? Francs? No, that's France.
Euros.
The euro.
Germany,
It's euro.
Euros. Oh,
it's euro. Yeah, no Rich Eisen this week, surprisingly.
I'm surprised no Rich Eisen.
Yeah, because he's usually the main announcer when they do the NFL Network games.
That's true.
Both of these teams are coming off of road losses, which will make this an even bigger challenge. Colts offense did not look good against those guys over there, the Steelers. But I think they will bounce back as Jonathan Taylor gets things going again. Bijan Robinson will get his for the Falcons, but I think the Colts, who just traded 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner this week, will handle that Falcons run game just a little bit better than they did last week. So I'm going to go with the Colts to beat the Falcons 30-23. Give me the Colts to redeem themselves from last week.
I almost have a similar score with you there, Alex. Colts had a bad game, but I don't think it's a bad sign because I think they're going to bounce back, especially with a team that has a pretty good offense, but they're kind of struggling. And it seems like Michael Penix Jr. just is not kind of clicking all his cylinders here. My man Bijan Robinson from
Texas.
He's still doing okay, but overall the Falcons are just underachieving a little bit. I believe that the Colts will bounce back in this one. Give me Danny Dimes, Danny Dollars, Indiana Jones, whatever you want to call him. Give me the Colts over the Falcons by a score of 30-20.
Flynn?
Yeah, this is my best bet of the week. I can't stress enough how much I love the Indianapolis Colts to win this game. There are a couple of things. One, the Falcons' offensive line is decimated by injuries. Caleb McGarry, their right tackle and blindside blocker, because Michael Penix Jr. is lefty. Yeah, it's not there. And it was clear the last couple of weeks that they clearly missed him. Also, their 2 starting guards did not practice today in practice. Are they going to play? Chris Lindstrom didn't practice, and there as well. And that's just a nightmare. We're going up against Lautu, who ranks 6th out of all edge rushers on PFF and ranks 9th in pressure. So I think Lautu is going to wreak havoc in this game. And the Colts said that they lost the turnover margin by 5, yet they only lost by 7. So that as long as they protect the football, they're going to steamroll the Atlanta Falcons, and I don't think it's going to be close. I've got the Colts smoking Raheem Morris and the Atlanta Falcons by a score of 33-13.
Damn, and that's not your lock. Interesting. That's not your lock of the week with that high of a score.
I said best bet of the week, which could also mean lock of the week.
Oh, well.
And this is my stone cold lock of the century or the week.
There you go. LC, finish it out. Who you got?
I'm going to agree with the consensus here. The Atlanta Falcons. Sure, you may have came close against the New England Patriots team, but this Indianapolis Colts team, they're a really good offense. And to only lose by 7 when getting 6 turnovers, it's a statement with how consistent the Colts offense has been. Danny Dimes will be back to throwing dimes down the field to Pittman and Downs. And Warren, this Colts offense will dismantle the Falcons defense, and this game should not be close. My final score is going to be Indianapolis 31, Atlanta 21. Falcons will make it somewhat close later with some garbage time points, but Indianapolis win. And also with international games, the favorites usually do tend to win, especially if they're considered the home team. And at a home favorite, they usually do consider the winners.
All right, moving on to the Sunday slate. Let me just answer this question real quick. Does this week easily have the easiest Hell No game of the week of the season? Well, let me just answer that question by saying this. Hell no, to the no, no, no. Hell to the no, hell to the no, to the no, no, no. You would be correct.
The game of all time.
This is going to be a game of all time, ladies and gentlemen. Strap in, grab yourself some RC Cola and some snacks. I really don't know what else to say. This game's going to
stink. Kettle cooked off-brand, store-brand chips.
Have some Malto meal cereal while you're at it. Jets versus the Browns. This is from MetLife Stadium. The Browns are 2.5-point favorites. Over or under set at 37.5.
Yep, to both of them. Actually, wait, no, the over actually went to 38. I'm sorry.
Went to 38. Okay.
Yeah.
Referee for this game is?
Referee for the Clowns and the Jets is going to be Sean Smith.
And I think I know who the announcers for this one are. But go ahead, Tim. Who are the announcers for this game?
This game is on CBS, and they're calling the game for the Cleveland Browns and the New York Jets will be Spirititas. He's throwing the ball to Garrett. He's going to Garrett Wilson. He's going to go in for the touchdown.
Wonderful, spectacular, miraculous. And you gotta love it. Oh, and Adam Archuleta as well.
And Archuleta.
Yeah, lowest ticketed
price about him.
Lowest ticketed price. I'm surprised this isn't lower. But lowest ticketed price is $42.
That's actually really. I'm surprised. That's really.
I'm surprised this isn't 10.
Right.
That's insane.
At least 10. But here we are. Who you guys got and why? Browns versus Jets. Is anyone going to watch this game?
No.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Wait, better yet. Who's actually going to watch this game? Exactly. So.
Yeah, it's true.
So who you guys got? Browns versus Jets. Tim, let's hear from you first.
Oh, this is probably one of the greatest games of futility so far this year. These two teams just absolute terrible, pretty much at the bottom of the entire AFC. The same thing is if you can't pick a winner, just go with the home team. But the home team, I think, is a little bit worse than the visiting team. JETS, just end the season.
End the season. Just end the suffering.
Yeah, just put them out of their misery. So I'm going to give this to the Cleveland Clowns. This is probably my lowest scoring game of the week. Give me the Clowns over the Jets by a score of 17-13.
All right. Flint, let's hear from Flint next.
All right, so I think it's crazy that if the show were to take place on Monday, I would have picked the Jets to win this game. But they traded Sauce Gardner to Indianapolis for 2 first-round picks. So who you know is one of the better corners in the game, and they also traded Quinn Williams to Dallas for a second-round pick and a first-round pick. And Quinn Williams is only their best run stopper. So if I were to be on Fantasy Football Fever last night, I would have said start Quinshawn Junkins. Absolutely would start him. I think he's going to have a monster game, 100 yards rushing. I think he's going to score a couple of touchdowns. This Jets defense is not suited to play this one. So I mean, do I think the Jets can score some points? Sure, But I just think the Browns are going to wear down this Jets defense without Quinn Williams, and it's going to be death by 1,000 cuts. Give me the Browns to win this game by a score of 24-14.
LC?
Honestly, you could go either way with this game. The Browns, without really, doesn't really have a passing game to exploit the fact that Sauce Gardner's out. Sure, they can use the run, but then the Jets can also run with their own offense. So honestly, screw it. I'm gonna let fate decide.
Oh.
This is my official coin flip game of the week. I was originally with the Jets before the trades. It was originally Jets 1.5. Now it's to Cleveland 2.5.
You know what? This game stinks. Let me join.
Yeah.
Double flip.
Double flip.
It stinks. It's got to be. It has to be.
It's the game of all time. The game.
Is the game of all time, featuring two teams coming off of a bye week.
I don't know if there's going to be any other game like this for the rest of the season. I have to take a look, but I don't know.
Okay.
That's going to be a disaster. So, oh my goodness.
All right. Heads will be the Browns. Tails will be the Jets.
Got room for a snowman? What, snowman want to do a coin flip?
Got room for a snowman.
I'll tell you what, we'll have you on next week. Next week, you'll be our next guest picker, Snowman.
Heck yeah.
We'll have you on for next week, Snowman.
I like that.
Keep my word.
Yeah.
Here we go. So for me, nasty number 1 is going to be the Cleveland Clowns. Actually, no, sorry. This is going to be the Jets.
No, nasty number 1 should be the Browns because they're the Browns.
True. So you want to screw it. Nasty number 1, but then AR is going to be for the Jets because they are.
Jets because MetLife Stadium has artificial turf and it sucks.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. So, Alex, whenever you're ready, man, I'm ready.
They got to get the natural grass for the World Cup. They're hosting the World Cup final next summer.
Yes,
that's true. So
all right, count us down. You know what to do.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2,
1, go.
Baba Booey.
Ooh. It probably pains you to say this, I'll bet. As much as it does me.
Yeah.
But I'm going with the Browns.
Same here. Cleveland Clowns get the dub.
10-7.
My final score? My final score? 6-7. 7-6.
7-6.
Yeah, I kind of knew it.
Judkins wins the game with a touchdown. 7-6.
Okay. Interesting.
And no, it's not 6-7. Oh, stupid crappy.
What is that?
It's a stupid saying that these kids in elementary school say, and it's a disaster. I hate it. Honestly, I work in schools, so I hear it all the time. It's the dumbest crap ever.
This is a glass game for Snowman, so I'll play that game.
I only first heard about it during a Brian Dable press conference during training camp. So like his kids, his kids are saying 6-7, and like I don't even know what that means.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Numbers. Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of numbers, this one should be this next game actually could be a ratings game. Could be a potential Super Bowl matchup come February, as it is the New England Patriots and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game is in Tampa Bay. Bucks are 2.5-point favorites. Over under set at 48.5.
That's the truth.
Ain't that the truth, Roof? Referee for this game is
going to be Alex Kemp.
And the announcers for this one, Tim, are
Okay, calling the game with the Patriots and the Bucks. It's going to be the CBS A team, Jim Nantz and Tony Romo.
Okay. And the lowest ticketed price, I believe there was a show off of this number, 227.
Wow, that's actually
there was a show called 227. Yeah, it was a pretty funny show.
No place like home, right?
Yep.
You know. If you know, you know. Who you guys got and why? Patriots versus the Bucks. Let's hear from Flynn first for this one.
All right.
I think these. I mean, these are going to be one of the games I'll be discussing in detail on Hooked on Sports tomorrow because there's usually a few games that I want to have the people looking out for, and this is definitely one of them because I could very much see this being the back and forth game. Drake May and Baker Mayfield trying to outduel each other. But I'm going to go with Tampa. I think the Patriots were okay in their win against Atlanta. It that they had problems stopping Drake London because he had 3 touchdowns in that game. But I just think Tampa has matchups in this game. I think that their defense is superb and I think it's also they're coming off the bye week too. So. I think it's going to be a terrific game. You got Nance, Roman, Wolfson on the call, but I'm going to go with the home team here. I think the Bucks win it at the end on a Chase McLaughlin field goal. Bucks 30, Patriots 27.
LC.
Honestly, I don't think this game will be as competitive as people think it is. New England's got a great team, but honestly, they've been really lucky to not lose that Falcons team. They were really lucky. Patriots, their win streak has to end at some point, and I think it will end here. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers steamroll, personally. I think this is a game where Tampa Bay just goes out off the bye week. They're off a fresh start, and New England just does not have a good secondary. If you look at the advanced metrics, New England's secondary is actually tricks. They actually, in regard to attempts, yards allowed, they're actually not a good team at all. They're actually pretty bad. So they do allow a lot of points. They're in the bottom half of the league with 7.3 yards allowed per completion. And defensively, the New England Patriots, sure, they may have only allowed 299 yards a game, but realistically, I don't see this Patriots team being able to stop all the Buccaneers when they're healthy. Yep.
Okay.
There you go. I got it back. So honestly, give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game. I'm going to think they win by 2.5 more. This is actually my point. One of my points for it. I think this is my points for game of the week. Actually, I'm actually Tampa Bay to win with the points. I'm going to take them by at least a touchdown here. My final score is going to be 30-21. Give me the Buccaneers.
I'm surprised I didn't play this because this could easily be the game of the week.
It could have been, but I'm saving that for later.
Bucks are coming off a bye, which they needed. They are getting healthier. It's also nice to be at home. Baker Mayfield, I think, will outplay Drake May to win this as Tampa Bay snaps the Patriots winning streak, which is at, I think it was at 6 games in a row. What's the winning streak for the Patriots at?
Yep.
Yeah. I remember they were 1-2 after they lost to Pittsburgh in week 3.
So 5 in a row.
It's 5 in a row. I think that streak comes to an end. I am agreeing with the majority. Hey, Tampa Bay, the Bucks are hot and ready to play. Buccaneers. Go Bucks 30-24. Would not be surprised if this game goes to overtime.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tiny Tim, what say you?
Interesting. Well, I pretty much agree with everything y'all said here. It's going to be a very interesting matchup between a couple of young, couple of young quarterbacks. If Drake May go up against Baker Mayfield, like I said, I like Drake May's been doing this year with the Patriots, but I'm giving the edge to Tampa Bay a little bit when all their players are healthy, and you said just come out with a bye week. I think they're going to do just fine. Give me Tampa Bay over New England by a score of 27-23.
Vampire Luke wants a coin flip. Thank you for the tour. Heads will be the Patriots. Tails will be the Buccaneers. 1, 2, 3. Baba Boy.
Baba Booey.
And it comes up with the Patriots.
Ooh.
Vampire Luke's going with the Pats according to Fate. Yeah, see, this is not a glass game by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. In no way is this a glass game. Next game on the list, we have battle in the AFC South, as it is the Jacksonville Jaguars against the Houston Texans. This is the Houston Jaguars 1.5 point favorites, over under set at 37.5.
And let me see here. You have it at 7. Let me take a look here. So Jacksonville -1 at 37.5. You're on the both of those.
Boom. Referee for this game is?
It's a new guy, Alex Moore.
And the announcers for this one are?
This game is on CBS, and you got Iron Eagle and JJ Watt.
Everyone's saying glass. Lowest ticketed price for this one, shockingly, is lower than the Jets and the Browns, $38.
That's actually insane.
I don't know. I don't know how this is lower than Texans. I don't know how this is lower than Browns and Jets, but I guess Houston's bad. Houston's having a downturn this year.
It's because Stroud. We don't know about Stroud.
Strouds.
And also the Texans have the #1 defense in the league. So
yes, they do.
38 special, as in the band. 38 special. 38 special. Yeah, the Jags are banged up in a lot of spots, but the Texans might not have C.J. Stroud, who is still, I believe, in concussion protocol, so they might be stuck with Davis Mills. Jaguars are playing. Yeah, the giraffe neck himself. Jaguars are playing consecutive road games in the NFL, which is always tough. This is a tough pick, but with all the injuries, I will go with the Jaguars because I like how they played last week. I like how they beat the Jaguars. Or I like how they beat the Raiders. Excuse me.
I said you beat the Jaguars. How do you beat yourself?
Jaguars beat the Jaguars. I like how they beat the Raiders last week. I think that was really damn good. And I think that momentum continues. 24-17, Duval.
I'm going exactly the same way you are, Alex. Jacksonville looking pretty good. I mean, Houston's got a good defense, but it'll be interesting to see how they can handle the Jaguars. I'm going to call this a close game, but I'll say the Jaguars went on the road in Houston by a score of 24-21, and I say Duval.
Duval. Flynn?
Yeah, this was a tricky game to pick because CJ Stroud has been pretty inconsistent so far this season, which is kind of a big reason why the Texans have underperformed my expectations for this game. But man, the Texans' dreadful offensive line is going to be shorthanded. It looks like because I think their starting right guard and starting right tackle are banged up. But I think the most underrated story of this game is that Devin Lloyd was a full participant in practice today. That is a big deal. He was, I believe, he was the defensive player of the month in September. He was a big reason why Jacksonville got off to that 4-1 start. Now with him being back in the lineup, it's going to make it harder for Davis Mills and company to go down the field. and despite the Jaguars' injuries at wide receiver, I think that the Jaguars are gonna find a way to win. I'm gonna take the team with the better quarterback here. So I think Jacksonville wins a squeaker 17-12 over the Texans.
LC, what do you got?
Honestly, this one was tricky for me to pick. This game could realistically go either way. Honestly, this game is literally a coin flip right now just because we don't know the health of CJ Stroud, so my pick may change. If it does, don't be surprised. CJ Stroud and David Mills, pretty much both of them really have a tough time working with this offensive line, being one of the worst in the league. They may have a great defense, but their offensive line just gives up way too many points. And Jacksonville also is good at getting turnovers. These teams have not yet played yet, and honestly, this could go either way. The Jacksonville really doesn't play well in Houston. I know it's usually a inconsistent series, but they usually play better at home against Houston, but some years it's not. But honestly, I'm just going to take the home team actually on this one. I'm actually going Houston. I'm actually going Houston because I don't see the Houston Texans losing this one again. I think Jacksonville can afford to take a loss here. I don't think Houston can afford to take a loss. They go to 3-6. Their season is pretty much over. I think that D'Amico Ryans is playing for a really big form because he definitely could be a bit on the hot seat, especially with the fact that they're not off to a good start. I know they've had a lot of injuries, but that offensive line is beyond abysmal. Sure, you beat the Ravens without Lamar, and you beat the Titans, and you beat the 49ers, but you really got to prove yourself against a top-tier defense and get a lot of turnovers. And I think they get it if C.J. Stroud plays. If David Mills plays, then I'm probably going to take Jacksonville. So honestly, I'm expecting C.J. Stroud to play. Final score: Jaguars 31, Texans 37 if Stroud plays. If he does not play, I'm going to say Jacksonville 24, Houston 17. And that's what I got.
Vampire Luke with Vampire Luke. Johnster with a $5. I can't read today. Johnster with a $5 saying small market Jaguars versus Stroudless Texans. That's why it's $38. 38 special. And I love that this is catching on. Glass.
Well, I should mention if it is a 38 special, that only means one thing.
Hold
on loosely. Yeah.
Hold on loosely. Don't let go.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of wild-eyed Southern boys playing football. What can possibly go wrong?
Right.
Oh yeah, everything.
Right.
Speaking of the South, let's go to the NFC South now, as it is a battle in the NFC South. The New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. This game is in Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. And from what I'm seeing right here, the Panthers, 5.5-point favorites.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right.
Over under set at 39.5.
You're right on both of those.
Referee for this game is
Brad Allen.
And who are the announcers for this one?
This game is going to be on Fox, and you got Chris Myers and Mark Schlereth.
And the lowest ticketed price, let me look this up if my phone will cooperate. Oh, it's our new favorite one. Lowest ticketed price for the Saints and the Panthers is
$69, dudes!
Yeah.
Yes. The best number.
Yeah.
Funny number. Who you guys got and why? Saints versus Panthers.
Since
I didn't make a
Huh?
What's that?
What happened?
No, I was just gonna say something. And then I heard LC say something. So
what is that?
Since I went last time, let me go first this one.
That's fair.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, because I could get
for
this one out of the way pretty quickly, because honestly, Panthers played much better at home. They just got a stable win over Green Bay. And with the Saints trading away Rashid Shaheed and Trevor Penning on the offense, this Saints offense does not have a snowball's chance in hell in playing a competent offense of game against Carolina's stout defense, who has really overachieved the past couple of weeks. But I expect the Panthers to get to 6 wins for the first time in a few years. Final score: Panthers 31, Saints 13. Panthers dominate convincingly. This is not going to be close.
Yeah,
Romy, you are so wrong for that. Romy, you are so wrong for that. But it's the truth. Yeah, I'm good. Tim, who you got in this one?
Well, anyway, like I said, Shaheed is gone in New Orleans. New Orleans, I guess, got a draft pick or two. Hopefully, they'll use them wisely. Meanwhile, I had to do yesterday what a lot of other people did in their fantasy rosters. I got rid of Chuba Hubbard because the man in Carolina is none other than Rico Suave.
Rico Suave.
That's right.
Rico Suave Dowdle, as I like to call him. He is pretty much the man right now. And he is powering up that Carolina offense. New Orleans doesn't have a chance in hell on this one. Give me the Panthers over the Saints by a score of 31-16. And Alex, I'm not just taking the Panthers, but I am locking them up.
And this is my stone cold lock of the century. Or the week.
Oh, interesting. Flynn?
So it's well. I mean, at the start of the season, I identified 5 teams that I thought would be better than the record indicated, than what people thought during the season. One of those 5 teams was the Carolina Panthers. What Dave Canales is doing with this offense, he's doing a great job with it, and that you got success on the ground now with Rico Dowdle. He's been terrific since taking over as the full-time starter. He's just been great too. But yeah, Lucas does make a great point. The Saints traded away a couple of key pieces on their team to try and invest in the future. So while I think 5.5 is a big number, and it's in the division, and the Panthers have been a tad inconsistent, but I just think the Saints are just atrocious. So give me the Panthers to win this game by a score of 27-17.
Saints are playing consecutive road games against a physical Panthers team. The defense will be who will be making his second start. Carolina will continue to run the ball to eat clock and move the chains. I think that's good enough. I think this is going to be a very kind of a low-scoring game. I'm going to say 21-10. Give me the Carolina Panthers. Agree with the majority. Give me the Panthers. Next game on the list, it's your game, Flynn, as it is the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears. This game is in Chicago. And from what I am seeing right here, Bears are 4.5-point favorites, over under set at 47.
That's right.
Who is the zebra?
Adrian Hill.
And the announcers for this one, Tim R.
This game is going to be on Fox, and hey, back from his work on the MLB playoffs and the World Series, which I think he did a very good job calling the World Series.
I agree.
Back doing the NFL is Joe Davis and the Hall of Fame nominee Greg Olson.
There you go. Lowest ticketed price for Giants and the Bears, $231.
It makes sense. It's in Chicago.
I mean, it's a lot considering that it's going to be in the 30s and windy, with a chance of snow on Sunday in Chicago. So the weather is going to be a factor on Sunday.
I hope so. I hope that is the case. We all know the rules. Being that Flynn is a fan of the Giants, we're going to save him for last. So
I'm good with that.
I guess I'll start out because the next game is the last 1 o'clock game, which is my game, and I'll be the last one for that one. So I will go first for this one. Giants, they're kind of struggling at the moment. Cam Scattaboo is out for the year. They got a lot of injuries, a lot of things going on there with them. While the Bears are playing right now some pretty good football, the Bears have played well on offense, while the Giants' defense hasn't come close to living up to the hype. So look for Ben Johnson in the offense to have another big game as the Giants continue to struggle. I am going with the Bears to beat the New York Football Giants 31-21. Give me the Bears.
Okay. I was, I thought when Jackson Dart got planted into the starting role in New York, I thought he was going to do okay, but I guess the Giants are still having a few problems here. The Bears, Caleb Williams is kind of going a little bit beyond my expectations. This is going to be kind of close, but in the end here, unfortunately, I see the Bears winning this one by a score of 26-21. But I still get a little bit of confidence in Jackson Dart. Let's just go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. At the end of this year, Russell Wilson retires.
Yeah,
Scott. Mr. Unlimited is going to be. He's going to have to finally realize that it's time to put the fries in the bag. His career is over.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, Chicago, they've been on a good run lately, and they just got another big win against the Cincinnati Bengals, 47-42. They can put up offensive points when it's needed. The defense has been a pretty suspect, especially being over the past few weeks one of the worst one of the worst run defenses in the league, and one of the worst pass defenses. Not really being able to stop anything. It's going to come back to haunt them at some point, but I don't think it will against the Giants. Giants have very limited pass catchers right now, and Tyrone Tracy does not sound like he's going to be as big a factor of the game compared to the duo of cut DeAndre Swift and Kamanagai. I literally like the Giants to cover originally, but then I thought about it. I just don't trust the Giants here. Jackson Dart is going to be the future quarterback of this team. You need to build around it and start off eventually with getting a lower draft pick. Give me the Bears to win this game. I think the Giants will be a really bad team for the rest of the year. They will try and get Jackson Dart some help along the offensive line. But my final score is going to be Bears 30, Giants 20. Give me the Bears.
Yeah, Bears.
All right. You heard what I had to say. You heard what Tim had to say. You heard what LC had to say. Mr. Flynn, the floor is yours. Good.
Okay, so I mean, it's impossible really to take the Giant to look at this Giants team seriously when three of their four top defensive backs were none of them played the last 2 weeks. Paul Cedebo, Cordell Flott, and Javon Holland. The two of them were off-season acquisitions through free agency. And when those guys are not there, that means Deontay Banks is playing in this game, which I mean he's borderline unplayable, unwatchable at this point, and it stings with all of that. And then of course Scattaboo is injury, Malik Neighbors is hurt, but when you look at the Bears, they gave up 30 points to Tyler Huntley and 42 points to Joe Flacco. Like how many points are they going to give up on Sunday? I think it's going to be lower than that, but So, but 4.5, I think is a little bit too much. So I'm going to pick the Bears to win. Let's make sure we're clear. I'm going to pick the Bears to win. But I'm going to grab the point here with the New York Football Giants. Give me the Bears to win this game by a score of 27-24 over the Giants.
All right. Last game on the 1 o'clock. Actually, no, there's one more game on the 1 o'clock slate. Actually, there's two more. We go to the Battle of the Purple Teams, as it is the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings. This game is in Minnesota. And from what I'm seeing right here, the Ravens are 4-point favorites, over under set at 49.5.
Let me take a look here. You're right on both of them. 49.5 and at 4.
All right.
Referee for this game is?
Referee for the Ravens and the Vikings, the purple incarnation of Satan, and the Ratbirds is going to be Sean Hockley.
Yeah.
And who are the announcers for this one?
This game is going to be on Fox, and you got Kevin Kugler and Daryl Johnston,
AKA
Moose.
And the lowest ticketed price is $136. $136.
It's a little low, but still.
Who you guys got and why in the Battle of Purple?
Well,
Who wants to go
let's
first?
see here.
Here, go
So Lamar is back. And he came back with a vengeance last week.
Had a feeling he would.
They'll be running headlong into Minnesota, where J.J. McCarthy had a pretty good game last week, but I don't think he's ever faced a team like the Baltimore Ravens before, and he's going to get roughed up a little bit. This game will probably be a little bit closer than a lot of people will think it is. I'm going to say, let's see here. But I do say Baltimore will win and cover, but it's not going to be by much. I'm going to say Baltimore 33, Minnesota 27. But for the sake of my good friend LC Muscles up there, I've got 3 words for those rat birds.
Fuck you, Baltimore!
Real quickly, we got a fiver from Dashy. Dashy's fact of the day: the Ravens have never won a regular season nor postseason game in Minnesota and have never beaten the Vikings on the road. Ooh. Well, both of these teams got much-needed victories last week, with the Vikings really impressing and beating the Lions on the road, even though Vampire Luke says otherwise. The Ravens came to life at Miami, and I think that will carry over here. Brian Flores will challenge Lamar Jackson in a big way with his schemes, but I think Lamar Jackson will get the best of him with his legs and his arms. I am taking the Baltimore Ravens to beat the Minnesota Vikings for the first time ever in Minnesota, 27-20. Give me the Ravens, but
fuck you, Baltimore!
Yeah.
All right. Let's
go
now. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing when Lamar Jackson comes back. A switch is flipped, and he was very strong against Miami. Four passing touchdowns in the Thursday night win. And now they have like a mini bye. And now, other than Nnamdi Madubuike, who is out for the season, every major player on the Ravens is healthy. And now with and looking ahead to the schedule, they have a golden opportunity to start reeling off some wins here. I think I think this is going to be a big game for Lamar Jackson, big game for Derrick Henry. It's not going to be easy going up against Minnesota and JJ McCarthy and when JJ McCarthy has played, the Vikings have played well, but I just think Baltimore is going to go on a heater there. I think things are going to begin to gel here, and we already saw the type of play they can have, and the Ravens are just getting started. I mean, I'm not just saying this because they were the team I picked preseason to win the Super Bowl, but I think when you have a roster as well constructed, when healthy, as Eric DeCosta has put together, the Ravens are a very difficult team to beat. So give me the Ravens to win, go on the road, beat the Vikings, and improve to 4-5 on the season, and beat them by a score of 31-23. I think it's going to be a terrific game.
Oh, 100%.
This will be a very solid game. I think that there will be both offenses will be a humming. But at the end of the day, do you really trust Baltimore's defense? Sure, they've had a few good weeks coming off the bye. But honestly, the Bears should have scored more points. The Dolphins are a complete dumpster fire right now. Sorry, Alex. And
no need to be. It's the truth.
But realistically, I like Minnesota's offense right now. They've been humming with JJ McCarthy. They had a great game and shut down Detroit, and I honestly think they could do the same thing against Baltimore. So, Alex, go ahead and sound that alarm.
Oh, goodness.
Dashy's fat. Well, I already knew about Dashy's fat the day before, but still, I really like Minnesota here. I like Minnesota at home. Lamar Jackson still really hasn't pushed himself. And if the Vikings pass rush can get to Lamar Jackson, it's going to be in trouble. So my final score is going to be Minnesota 31, Baltimore 28. Give me the Vikings to win this game. I'm taking Minnesota.
Interesting pick. Let's see if it plays out. All right, here we go. Last game on the 1 o'clock slate.
It's game.
It's my game.
Yeah.
It's the Buffalo Bills against the Miami Dolphins. This game is in Buffalo, and from what I'm seeing right here, it's in Miami. Yes, it's in Hard Rock Stadium. From what I'm seeing right here, the Bills 9.5-point favorites, over under set at 50.
Yes, sir.
Referee for this game is
Ron Torbert.
And who are the announcers for this one, Tim?
Game on CBS, we have Andrew Catalan, Charles Davis, and Jason McCourty.
Lowest ticketed price, according to Game Time, is $110.
You know the rules.
Who you guys got, and why you don't know the rules, save me for last.
Screw it, I'll go first this game.
Go ahead, LC.
I'll go first. Why not? The Buffalo Bills got a very impressive win against the Kansas City Chiefs last week, which I knew was going to happen. I did not expect Buffalo to completely shut down Kansas City for most of the game. Sure, the score was closer than people think, but honestly, Buffalo really didn't have to try that game. They completely dominated from start to finish. They shut down Kansas City's offense, high-power offense. Sure, Kansas City got some garbage time points late, but honestly, Buffalo with that great win, it was a great statement win for them, and I think they keep the trends rolling here. Miami, I know you're got the little mini bye here, but man, this offense is just rough. I think that Miami will hang around for a little while, but I do think that at the end, the Buffalo Bills will end up winning. I actually have Miami covering, but Buffalo will still win. I think Miami gets ahead early. Buffalo comes back. Buffalo gets the win. Final score 30-27. Give me the Bills. And we got to hear what's going on.
No, it's the Bills!
time?
Because nobody circles wagons.
Nobody. Yeah.
Circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I saw most of that game between Buffalo and Kansas City, and I think it was more about Kansas City kind of being a little bit kind of a flat can of soda, soda goes flat. I mean, that was that was almost like Kansas City. I mean, it wasn't that much more about Buffalo, even though Buffalo did what they were supposed to do. But now they're going to go into a place where it's going to be just a little bit easier for them. Those Dolphins, they did get rid of Greer. They're going to have to get rid of McDaniel one way or another. Just get a new GM, new head coach, kind of rebuild everything here. I'm going to give this one to the Bills by a score of 33-22. Now it's the Bills.
No, it's the Bills! Buffalo all the way this time!
Because nobody circles the wagons like the
Buffalo
Bills.
Well, Bills.
I mean, so I'm going to pick the Bills to win, but I agree with Lucas. I'm going to grab the points with the Miami Dolphins. I think it's a lot because it's a division game, so similar to the similar logic to what I displayed with Vegas and Denver playing their game tomorrow night. But I just think this is gonna be a game where the players of the Dolphins are it's their first chance to show the remaining executives that there's going to be a place for them on the roster in 2026 and beyond because now this is all about player evaluation, honestly, at this point with Miami. But in a divisional game, I think I'm gonna guard against the big spread here, but I'm still gonna take the Bills. I think the Bills played very well defensively, and they had a good game plan to shut down Mahomes. But I think more importantly in that game, where the Bills ran the football effectively, and Kansas City was weaker against the run than they were against the pass, and I think they planned effectively here. I think it's going to be about running the football here because I think James Cook might be one of the most important players in the AFC when it comes to playoff time, but. I think it's going to be a close game. Bills win 31-24 over the Miami Dolphins.
No, it's the Bills! Buffalo all the way this time!
Because nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
All righty, then.
All right, Pizzle.
Okay, I guess it's my turn.
Yep.
So, Bills are coming off an emotional victory over the Chiefs, while the Dolphins suffered another bad loss to the Ravens last Thursday. This could be a spot for a letdown, but let's be honest. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills have owned the Dolphins in recent years. As a matter of fact, the overall series, the overall rivalry, the Dolphins have a one-game advantage. The overall record between these two teams, 62, 61, and 1. If the Bills win this weekend, and they will, the record will be tied. The record will be tied at 62 games apiece. I'm just going to make this short and sweet. Lock it in.
And this is my stone cold lock of the century. Or the week.
56-12. Give me the Bill.
No, it's the Bills!
Son of a bitch, I'm sick of these Dolphins.
Moving on.
Yeah.
The less said about that, the better. Moving on to the 4 o'clock slate. We start out in a battle of the NFC West. NFC West. As it is the Arizona Cardinals and the Seattle Seahawks. This game is in Seattle. Seahawks favored by 6.5, over under set at 45.5.
You're right on both of them.
Referee for this game is?
It's Allen.
Yeah. And who are the announcers for this game?
Cardinals and Seahawks. This game is on CBS, and I'm calling both games.
Ooh.
Back to Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, Melody Collins special, NFL on CBS.
That's right.
Lowest ticketed price, $142. So, who you guys got and why? Cardinals versus Seahawks.
I mean, I'll start if you want.
How about it?
Again, I think this is going to be a fun, competitive game in Seattle. Now, I established with that Seattle being the best, being one of the better teams in the NFL, and a team that's very much in a good position to go on a run in the playoffs if they get there, especially if they win the division. And I do think Seattle's going to win this game, but Arizona is a sneaky team, as the Cowboys learned last week. If there was one pick that I do regret from last week, it was not picking Arizona to beat Dallas last week. So. And the Cardinals have dudes on the defense that came back and played an important role in this game with Will Johnson and Walter Nolan, a couple of picks they nailed in the draft this year. And I think it's going to be a fun competitive game. These two teams always play close games, but I think Seattle prevails. I think it's going to be Sam Darnold driving for the winning the winning touchdown in the final 5 minutes of the game. So give me Seattle to win 27-23 over the Cardinals.
Seahawks are playing well as any team in the league, and have a dominant defense and a big-time offense. Arizona is playing consecutive road games on a short week, which is tough. They're also keeping Jacoby Brissett in at quarterback, as they should. But I like what I saw. I like what I saw from the Cardinals last week in beating the Cowboys. I like what I saw so much so. Sounding alarm. I'm taking the Cardinals. I'm taking Arizona. I think Jacoby Brissett is going to be that spark that ignites this team. Give me the Cardinals to beat the Seahawks in Seattle 23-20.
So who would have thought Jacoby Brissett would give the Cardinals the best chance to win football games this year?
Well, it makes sense. I mean, the new Call of Duty's coming out soon, so
it's coming out. It's coming out actually next. I think it's coming out this week.
This month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Arizona really took care of my boys. I mean, they made Dak Prescott look like I don't know. I mean, although he did pass for 250 yards, that's probably the only bright side of that. But they sacked him 5 times. That defense did. They're heading up to Seattle, where they're going to face a real formidable challenge there. This is going to come down to probably a field goal, probably within the last 5 minutes of the game. But I'm going to go ahead and give it to Seattle, even though I believe the Cardinals will be able to cover. So I'm going to grab the points with the Cardinals. But I got Seattle winning 30-27.
Okay, LC.
Last time they beat the Seahawks in this rivalry, they've lost 8 games in a row, was in Seattle.
Mhm.
And Seattle, they're definitely a great road team, don't get me wrong, but everyone and their mother is betting the Seahawks to win this game. I'm saying hold your horses there. I really like what I saw in my upset pick week last week in the Arizona Cardinals, and I think they do it
Yeah.
again. I'm joining you, Alex. I'm actually enjoying it. It's not my upset pick of the week because I wanted to do the Vikings one to join Mac because that was Mac's pick upset pick. If you guys watch his video, but I'm actually going to join you on this one. This is my other upset that I really have this week, and that is the Arizona Cardinals. I'm actually taking Arizona on this one.
I like it.
Arizona's due for a win in this series. They're going to get the job done. Seattle's due for a loss. Like they are 100% due for the loss. The last time they lost, all their losses this year have been at home. They lost the 49ers week one at home, and they lost the Buccaneers at home. And I think the trend continues. Give me the Cardinals to win this game on the road by a final score of 34-30. Give me the Cardinals, baby.
The Cardinals, baby. Staying in the NFC West, we go to Santa Clara, as it is the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Rams favored by 4.5, over under set at 49.5.
You're right on both of them.
49ers, 49.5. Who would have figured?
Sure.
Referee for this game is
The zebra for the Rams and 49ers is Land Clark, the man who loves his land.
the man who loves his land.
Yep.
Government owned. And who are the announcers for this game?
This game is on Fox, and you got the A team, Kevin Burkhardt, and the GOAT, Tom Brady.
Lowest ticketed price, according to Game Time, is $179. $179.
It's gonna be a competitive game.
Who you guys got and why? Rams versus 49ers. Tim,
Well,
who you got?
the 49ers, they're still a little bit banged up. In fact, they've been pretty much banged up for almost 2 years now, but somehow, some way, they get some really good players to plug in the holes where they need to be plugged in, and they do pretty good here. Meanwhile, on the other side, you got Matthew Stafford doing a great job there, and of course, you got one of my favorite receivers, Puka Nakua. Of course, I always say
What a wonderful phrase.
Nakua Matata. Nakua Matata.
What a wonderful phrase.
Wonderful phrase indeed. And I think it might be a wonderful game here. It's going to be hard fought. I'm going to take the Rams over the Niners by a score of 26-21. Nakua Matata.
This line has been interesting because it was stuck at Rams 3.5 for a while. But it seems like once again, Brock Purdy is not going to play, and it will be McCorkle Jones once again. And honestly, the big thing is the Rams right now, I have a feeling they have the most complete defense in the entire league. From top to bottom, this defense is going to completely overwhelm opponents. They just overwhelmed the Saints. The Niners, they barely won against the Rams in their first matchup in LA. And I think that the Rams do get their revenge here. I expect Matt Stafford to outduel McCorkle Jones and have a fantastic game on the road. My final score is going to be Rams 31, 49ers 27. Give me the Rams.
Glenn?
So I mean, this is my favorite game of the week. I mean, this is what I would designate as my game of the week because
this is
yes, it is.
So this is.
Yeah, it is my game of the week because I feel like there's I don't think there's any game with more implications for the NFC playoff picture this week than this one because if the 49ers win this game, they'll be in first place, and they have head-to-head tiebreaker, which be a big thing, and it's a win in the division, which could help in tiebreakers. Because remember, they already beat Seattle once, they already beat Arizona once, so yeah, this is kind of a huge deal here, in this one, because with this, but. The 49ers, as you guys mentioned, that they are banged up. Mac Jones is looking to be the starter once again. And as for the Rams, the only notable name that popped up on the injury report was Puka Nacua, who was listed as a limited participant in practice, but that probably has to do with maintenance for his body. So with that, but. So it's Kyle Shanahan against Sean McVay, two outstanding coaches, and I think it's going to be a war in Santa Clara. It's going to be a terrific back and forth game. I was thinking upset, but I just don't have the guts to pull the trigger. I think the Rams. I think you take the team with the better quarterback, and yes, as you mentioned, Lucas, the better defense. I'm going to pick the Rams to win. I'm going to pick the Niners to cover. My final score for this one is Rams 27, Niners 26.
Yep, this is an enormous NFC West game in a tight division race. The 49ers have played well with Mac Jones playing, but Matthew Stafford right now is on fire. It will be a challenge for the undermanned 49ers defense to slow down the Rams, but I think they show up, play well. It's going to be close. This is actually my point spread game of the week. I'm actually picking the Rams to win, but the 49ers will cover. Final score 27-24. Give me the Rams.
Nice.
All right. Next game on the list we have is the Detroit Lions and the Washington Redskins Commanders football team, whatever the hell you want to call them. Lions favored by 8, over under set at 49.5.
Yep, you're right on both of them.
Mm-hmm.
Referee for this game is?
It is going to be Scott Novak.
And the announcers for this game are?
They are on Fox. It will be Kitty Albert and Jonathan Vilma.
And the lowest ticketed price, Eric Lehman Shenanigans, $77. Shout out Big Beefy. Commanders will be without Jaden Daniels, who dislocated his elbow on Monday, which means it's going to be Marcus Mariota getting the start. That's not their biggest issue because their defense is not that good. Lions weren't as good on offense last week in the loss to the Vikings, but I think that changes here. Jared Goff will light up the Commanders Redskins football team, whatever you want to call them. Give me the Lions over the Commanders 35-21. Roar.
I'm almost very similar with your score as well here. I agree with everything you said there, Alex. My score is Lions 33, Commanders 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flynn.
Yeah. I mean, if it wasn't for this is, I think the Lions coming off a loss, I think they're going to smoke the Commanders. I'm gonna go 38-20. That's my final score for this. This is not my lock of the week because it was Colts Falcons, but yeah, but yeah, I just think the Commanders are cooked. They're done. Dunzo.
Finito. TKO. Forget about it.
Forget in a Brooklyn accent. Forget about it.
Forget about it. LC?
Yeah, even though Flynn didn't use his lock of this game, I'm using it on my game. I'm locking the Lions in.
And this is my stone cold lock of the century. All week.
Lions off a bad loss. Washington loses everybody to injury. This is a disaster season in Washington, and their now their playoff hopes will officially be pretty much put to back to pasture as the Lions win this game by a final score of 49-13. Give me the Lions.
I'm going to be watching this game because we face the Redskins next weekend in Spain.
That's right. You guys play
Spain.
the international game.
In España. In Madrid, España. That's on fire. All right. Next game on the list, Sunday night, NBC. Check your local listings. It is the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Los Angeles Chargers. This game is in LA. Chargers favored by 3, over under set at 45.
We're on both of them.
Referee for this game is
Brad Rogers.
And who are the announcers?
Of course, it's NBC and Peacock Sunday Night Football. So you got Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth.
And the lowest ticketed price, according to Game Time, if I can look this up, $175.
Yeah, it sounds about right. So, guys, SoFi Stadium is Hinesfield West.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We all know the rules. Save the Steelers fan for last.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hear from Flynn first. Who you got in this one?
I mean, this is the type of game. There is a reason why I picked the Steelers to make the playoffs for the start of the season, and the Chargers not to not. I mean, I guess the Chargers. I was out on the Chargers when Rashawn Slater went down in training camp. They're starting left tackle, and now they're starting right tackles out for the season too. Joel underwent season-ending surgery on Monday, and I think that's gonna signal a downturn for the Chargers. Look, I think you have to give the Steelers a lot of credit for how they just demoralized a Colts offense that had been humming by making so many big plays throughout that game, and look, I don't think Justin Herbert is as good without the needed protection as he is with them, obviously, and I think this is going to be a game where the Steelers are going to try and run the football and be able to protect the football because I think that's what this game is going to come down to. So in the end, give me the Steelers to pick up the win as the underdogs. They win 20-16 in LA.
These two teams are coming off victories, with the Steelers really impressing and beating up the Indianapolis Colts, giving the rest of the league a blueprint on how to beat them. Defense came alive on that one with the Chargers losing tackle Joe Alt. That could be a problem for Justin Herbert, and I think that will be just enough. Because I think the Steelers will somehow, some way, find a way to get the job done against the Chargers. Give me the Steelers 30-23. Here we go, Steelers. Wave the towels and all that stuff.
Yeah, I agree with both what you and Flynn just said right there. Now they lost their left lineman. Now there's the right lineman. That's not going to be good at all. Pittsburgh's defense woke up last week. I think they're staying awake this week. They can head over to Los Angeles. They'll just take down those Chargers, although I do believe the Chargers will make it close, but in the end, I've got Pittsburgh winning this one by a score of 28-24. And, the 3 points, we usually really don't call it an upset since it's only 3 points.
But
I really don't have another one, so just go ahead and sound the alarm. I got Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Sound the alarm.
oh shit.
That could apply to me too because I also took the Steelers. But anyway, I think it's Lucas's turn to make.
That's right. LC,
Yes, it is.
you heard what I had to say, you heard what Tim, and you heard what Flynn had to say. LC, cool.
Oh,
So, Pittsburgh and the Los Angeles Chargers. You know, this thing is going to come down to which defense can realistically perform the most. Both of these teams do have defenses that have been playing better. But with the Chargers losing Rashawn Slater and now Joel for the season, they're going to have to fight TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Jack Sawyer, and the rest of the Steelers offensive line with mostly backup offensive linemen. It doesn't matter how good Justin Herbert is with his weapons on the outside, Quentin Johnson, Orlando Gadsden, Armando Gadsden, and Vidal, and Keenan Allen, Ladd McConkey. It doesn't matter. The Chargers are not going to be able to move the ball effectively. And Pittsburgh shut down Jonathan Taylor last week, who was the MVP frontrunner. We've shut down good running backs this year, and I think we could definitely shut them down again. We had a really good blueprint of beating the Colts, and I think we continue that trend here against the Chargers. I think the Chargers, we do play them. Interestingly, last time we did play them on Sunday Night Football, we ended up losing. So we got that in our heads a little bit. Tomlin has that thought. But this game is going to be a really fun one. I'm very excited to watch this game. I cannot wait. I think the Steelers, though, after the disaster performance they had on the last Sunday Night Football game in that second half, I think they get themselves back on track here by a final score of, I'm gonna say 31-21. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers here. I think they get the job done in Los Angeles, just like they did in 2019. They're going to get the job done there by a touchdown or more. I just don't trust the Chargers' offensive line to be able to stop the Steelers' defensive line anytime soon.
Now, even though we all said Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin has 4 words.
We do not care.
Four of us here. Yes, 4 words to say.
That's right. And even though we all picked the Steelers, let's just cheer for the Terminator, just for the hell of it.
Yeah, we got
Chargers, go!
Just for the hell of it. Why the hell not?
And Chargers, no.
And now, no Chargers, no. And the last game on the list, we have Monday night, Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay mother-loving Packers from the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. It is Eagles-Packers. Packers favored by 2.5, over-under set at 44.5.
Mm-hmm. Around both of them.
Referee for this game is?
It is going to be Clay Martin.
And being that it's on ESPN, I'm assuming it's...
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's Beavis and Butthead, a.k.a. Joe Buck, and the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman. And I do believe there is a Manning cast on ESPN
please.
too.
Yes, there is going to be a Manning cast.
I hope so. I love those things. Lowest ticket price, $250. $250.
Yeah, that's about right, especially because they're
Sounds
both...
about right.
Yeah.
Sounds about right because they're both... This is a rematch of last year's divisional round, or is it wild card?
The wild card round.
The wild card round.
Hmm.
Packers last week were stunned and losing at home to Carolina, while the Eagles are coming off of the bye week. They're also gained a few players on the bye week. They got Jair Alexander from the Ravens. They got Michael Carter II from the Jets. And they got Jalen Phillips from the Dolphins. Packers have been looking ahead to this game, especially since they were one of the teams that voted to ban the tush push. They're probably going to run it 20 times, if I had to guess, in this game. I think they get back on the right track and play better here, though. They tend to play better against good teams. Jordan Love wins it with a late touchdown pass. I'm going with the Packers to get the job done at home, 30-27. Go, Pack, go.
Well, I look at this game here. Philadelphia's coming off the bye, Packers at home. But, I mean, if I could change the last name of the quarterback, I think it would be like. I don't love him, but I like him. I mean, I don't think he's quite there yet. He's good, but he's not great.
Right.
Meanwhile, you got Philly coming off the bye. Jalen Hurts is still very good. I think the problems with Saquon Barkley is past him right now. I think he's doing great here. So I actually see this. Of course, it's not my upset special because I had it with the previous game, but I actually see the Eagles going into Green Bay and taking down those Packers. Yeah, my final score is Philadelphia 33, Green Bay 28. And of course, I have to hear from my favorite senator.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
Every time
they get it. I love that.
All day and all night.
Yeah, I mean, going back to the wild card game. The Eagles beat the Packers 22-10 in that game, and the vote on the proposal to ban the tush push, which needed a 75% majority, also went 22 in favor and 10 against. In that game, so when the owners voted on it back in May, so it's kind of coincidence on there, and I think the Eagles had this game circled in on their calendars because they took the fact that that personally the idea that the not allow one of the most unbeatable plays the NFL has ever seen go to that, but in reality, I think the Eagles' offensive line is finally healthy, and now that means they'll be able to be able to run the football effectively here. And look, I just think the Packers are frauds. That's what I think about this. So I mean, I don't. I mean, especially coming off after that they lost the way they lost at home to the Panthers last week. That was a dud. There was a trap game looking ahead to this one, so it's definitely gonna be an event in Green Bay. But I have to go with those chickens.
Those Philadelphia chickens.
Yeah, though I have to pick those filthy chickens to win a football game on Monday night. Yeah, so it's gonna be bad, and it's also gonna be no pack, no. Eagles 31, Packers 24.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
So
those chickens.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I got to see those chickens lose in person earlier this year. So
did. That was beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
LC?
With the Packers and the Eagles, you have two hot, very good teams. Well, hot and cold, more than likely. But, still, Alex, this is my, without a doubt, game of the week.
Oh. This is Really?
Yeah, this is my game of the week. I think both these teams are heavyweights in the NFC. Despite the Packers' loss to the Panthers, a lot of it was self-inflicted wounds. And the Packers, they tend to play better with competition that actually fights above their pay grade. When they actually have winning teams with winning records, they do really well against. Sure, the Panthers were 500 at the time, but realistically, the Packers play better against stronger teams. And I think they continue that trend here. As much as I want to go Eagles, I'm going to end up taking the Packers at home. I love the home field advantage for the Packers. Eagles don't play well in Green Bay, and I think that is going to be a factor. Jordan Love gets the win and secures number 1 home seed in the NFC for now. But I'm going to say I'll go 30-28, give me the Packers. Even though most of the public money is on the Eagles to cover. They're the most bet underdog of the week is the Eagles.
And there you go. And that will put a bow on.
Well, hold up a second.
Hold that thought.
We forgot to mention about 6 particular teams, or actually 4 particular teams.
4 particular teams that are on bye week. One of which is your Cowboys on bye week.
My Cowboys.
The Philadelphia, or not the Philadelphia, Cincinnati Bengals. The Kansas City Chiefs, and I believe the Tennessee Titans as well.
Mm-hmm. And the Titans.
Yep. So
and breaking news, the Titans have lost the bye week.
Yeah.
Lost on the bye week 62 to 12.
I think they were going to get beat by a Pop Warner League.
So do we think the Alabama Crimson Tide can beat the Tennessee Titans?
Yes.
No.
I think
because you have 53 NFL players versus maybe 6 or 7 NFL players on a roster.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to at the end of the day for college versus pros.
Yeah.
Right.
College versus pros, that's right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this weekend I do have to work, so I will not be calling the game between the Bills and the Dolphins, and that's probably a good thing because this is going to be an absolute slaughter, just like the last Thursday was. So,
yeah.
But, however, have no fear because I will be calling the game between the Redskins and the Dolphins from
Spain.
Spain. I'm not going to be in Spain. I'm going to be calling the game right here.
Of course.
The first NFL game ever in España.
España.
That's right.
Oh, fire. But, yeah. As always, you can find me on Bovas on the Sofas, Mr. Garrison 96, Mondays, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you got the Monday Blues, we will cure those Monday Blues. Myself, Mr. Garrison 98, a.k.a. Mr. Gary Bear, Romy, Jerome Latimer, Romy 2184, Austin Putnam, a.k.a. Peanut, that's my brother, and yours truly, A. Pezzolani, Alex Putnam.
Should be a fun show.
Tuesdays, 10:45 Eastern Standard Time on the TJM3774 YouTube channel, starring these two guys down here, Fantasy Football Fever.
Fantasy Football Fever on that channel, and of course on John Finn's channel as well.
And so, who are we all playing against this week in our league?
I'm playing at Sean and Tally.
Yeah.
Oh, good question. Let me look.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who I'm playing. I'm probably going to lose.
Why do you say that? Oh, you're one man.
His team sucks.
Yeah.
I play A.
I won the first week, and I've lost ever since.
I play AO.
You're like the 2001 Panthers.
I'm Oliver.
Or maybe the first year of the Houston Texans.
I play AO, Adam Oliver this week.
Yeah.
So
it's and me, Lucas, and Dino are all tied for the best record in the league at 7-2.
Yes, we are.
I'm 4-5. I'm cool with it. I'm 4-5, and I'm rocking with it.
Yeah.
What not?
Yeah, but
anyway, we'll get to all that on Tuesdays.
We'll get to all that Tuesday nights.
Yeah. I'll be back on Fantasy Football Fever next Tuesday because I am off from work next Tuesday.
There you go. There you go. On Thursdays, we got our shout out our boys at Rants and Rave, the Rants and Rave podcast, hosted by the one and only Brandon Martin, Jordan Little, Michael Bombardi, wherever he's at, William Braun, and of course, Big Beefy himself, Eric M. Lima. Thursdays, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on the Brandon Martin YouTube channel. And then Monday through Friday, Snowman in the morning on the Snowman Multimedia, the hottest of hot takes and the coldest of cold hard facts, Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And, of course, you can find Hooked on Sports wherever you can find your podcasts.
And it's also available on my YouTube channels as well, because I started putting my podcast on YouTube starting with the start of the season. So, my mid-season power rankings were out yesterday, as was what the aftermath of the World Series that Joe Davis, who was calling my game this weekend, brilliantly called. One of the most unbelievable baseball games I've ever seen. That Game 7.
Oh, 100%. 100% agree with that. No, that whole series is great.
Yeah, three stunning finishes. Game 3 went 18 innings. Game 6, the way that ended on that double play, and then how Game 7 transpired with Miguel Rojas being the unlikeliest hero. I can't. As a Mets fan, I can't be surprised because Miguel Rojas always burned us to hell as a Marlin. But now he has a ring with the Dodgers.
Oh, look at that! Vampire Luke 9-0 in his main league. Very good. Very good. Teach us your skills. Oh, wise one. And as always, you can find us next week. We'll be back.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back. Same bat time, same bat channel. Next week, our special guest picker will be the one and only Brian Snow, a.k.a. the Snowman.
Snowman.
Oh,
there's no man like Snowman.
Amen to that. So, ladies and gentlemen, John Flynn, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me tonight.
Absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Subscribe to Hooked on Sports. Give them a follow. Give them a 5-star review. Tell them we sent you. And as always, for LC Muscles 28, for Tiny Mother Loving Tim, for Johnny Flynn for the win. Say Pizzle saying peace out and fins up. Baby, we'll see you guys next week.
Let's go Steelers. Here we go. Let's get ourselves to 6-3 and still top the AFC North.
All right, Cowboys, we're taking a week off, but we got a lot of work to do.
So, the Giants are 2-7, and we'll see if Joe Shane and Brian Dable keep their jobs.
Just do something, Miami. Just do something, Miami. Just make it competitive. Don't get blown out again. See you next week.
See ya.